Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Small Print Podcast. With your host, I'm Elise, and I blog at roulettereader.wordpress.com.
I'm Dawn, and I blog at bangbangbookblog.com.
And I feel like saying in honor of the election sounds wrong, but in wake of recent political events, we are bringing to you a podcast about books with completely unexpected endings and or massive plot twists that we did not expect.
Yeah.
So, let's take it away.
There will be some spoilers, so we will say the title of the book first, and if you haven't read it, maybe skip along past it. So who's first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
My first book is The Star-Touched Queen by Roshani Chokshi. That book, the entire pacing of the novel, honestly, took me by surprise. The ending was very unusual. Let me also preface by saying that I absolutely love this book, so this is not a bad thing necessarily. But the journey that the author takes Maya, the main character, on was very unexpected to me. She kind of has her resolution in the middle of the book, and then the end is her fixing a different problem that she kind of like brought upon herself. So that was very unexpected to me.
Yeah, that wasn't... I was expecting something totally different than what happened. So, I would agree.
Mm-hmm.
My first book is Wolf by Wolf. This is a spoiler if you have not read it yet. So I'll give you a chance to turn it off now. So this is the one by Ryan Groudon, and I did not see that ending coming. Do you remember what happened?
Well, I have Blood for Blood on my list, so I'll let you say your comments.
So, at the end... Should I say the end?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so at the end, Hitler's dead. I didn't see that one coming. I thought he was still alive.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was a shock.
Are you talking about the end of the series, or the end of that first book? Because we don't know that at the end of the first book.
What's... Yes, we do.
No.
What's the first book called?
Wolf by Wolf.
Yeah, we do.
The second one is Blood for Blood. Okay, so massive spoilers if you haven't read the first or second book, maybe turn it off. The first book ends with her shooting a guy that isn't Hitler that she thought was Hitler.
But then he melts.
Right.
So I'm assuming, there are several people who look like him that are melting.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But she doesn't know that the actual Hitler is actually dead and has been dead until book 2.
Oh, okay.
So I guess technically your book is Blood for Blood.
Well, no, I was really thinking about Wolf by Wolf.
Because that does make sense. That was very unexpected
when she shoots Hitler, he melts.
That
was
then very shocking.
That leads you to believe that there are a lot of Hitlers out there, and you don't know which one it is, so we're still thinking his life. Yeah,
so good segue into my book 2 is Blood for Blood, which is the second book in the duology. Something else happens, which, major spoiler, we're still talking about Blood for Blood. Luca dies. I was so pissed, but it made sense. But I was so just not expecting that to go down.
Well, Madeline, who's one of our coworkers, she made a good point that she had the tattoos of the wolves, and Luca means wolf.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. So if I had known that, I would have been like, oh, damn, he's gonna die. Yeah. So I'm glad I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think his last name is Wolf in German, or like lion or something like that.
And she had her tattoos.
Yeah.
And
she foreshadowed it, but I was just ignorant because I wasn't looking for it.
No.
Nor did I want
didn't think that she would, that girl has been through so much. I didn't think that she would do this to her too. On top of everything else, could she just have...
I know.
Not that she needs a man, but
she found
it made her happy.
Yeah,
and just for her to get some happiness and then just kill it. It's just it's devastating.
Yeah.
Okay, my next one is More Happy Than Not. If you have not, sorry, Elise just pointed to her list. If you have not read More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera, this is a spoiler. I'm trucking along, what's happening here? I know it's a science fiction novel, and
You're waiting for that aspect to kick in.
And I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I thought he was going to take the surgery or
I did too.
The thing or
go through. I thought he was going to go through the surgery.
Yeah,
And so you're very sad. This is also my third book. You're very sad that he is in such like emotional turmoil that this is something he feels he needs to do to even just be able to cope with life. And then you realize that he has already had the surgery and he's back at square one. That book was so powerful. If you have not read it,
well, you just spoiled it for it.
But if you, I don't know, this book changed my life. It was so intense. So intense. Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
No, I did not either.
Oh, no, which would make sense. Yep. He already had it. I'm like, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so I didn't see that one coming at all. No. And that was the turn for me when I was like, oh, okay, this book is great.
Yep.
Because at first I was like, okay.
The writing was already really strong, but it was dragging. It was like, okay, is this about a relationship? Where's the science fiction? I was confused. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. All right, well, that was my book 3. That was really all I had to say, so I'll just move right on to my book 4. It was Complicit by Stephanie Kuhn. That book is actually very similar to the pacing of More Happy Than Not, wherein the main character, whose name I don't remember, I read this like 3 years ago. Spoilers, by the way. He is running pretty much his entire life from his sister, who has been in and out of jail, in and out of mental institutions. She's very emotionally disturbed. She is an arsonist. I mean, trouble she just destroys stuff and leaves destruction in her wake. And so, at the end of the book, he is lured into meeting his sister somewhere because she says she wants to explain something to him. And she makes the mistake of bringing this photograph of her brother, and her mom. And something in that photograph triggers the main character. And he ends up killing his sister for the photograph. And you realize, I don't remember how exactly she frames it, but you realize that everything in the book that he has blamed his sister for, he has actually done himself. He goes into a fugue state and has no recollection of anything. He's got schizophrenia or some kind of multiple personality disorder. And so it's actually been his sister who's been following him and trying to protect him her entire life, and not the one committing the crimes. That literally happened on the last page of the book, and then it ends. And you're like, what the hell? You have no time to process it. There are no final words. That's it. She's dead. He takes the photograph. Oh, and he doesn't even care about the photo. He comes out of this fugue state and is like, why do I have this picture? I don't want this. And so she died for nothing. Oh my god. That book was crazy. So, Complicit by Stephanie Kuhn.
Okay.
Bam.
My next one was, big spoilers if you have not read it, We Were Liars by, is this on your list?
No.
Okay. What's her name?
E. Lockhart?
E. Lockhart. I think this was a big twist for a lot of people. Some people saw it coming, some people did. I did not. I tried to purposely not look for spoilers because it ruins the experience for me. So I try not to look too deeply into books, and therefore things that are totally obvious to some people are not obvious to me. So I did not realize that they were dead. I knew something was a little off because he was playing with Legos and he was 17. I'm like, that's a little weird. And her cousin never returned her emails or something. Or no, maybe it was the guy who didn't return the emails, and I don't know.
It was her cousin.
It was her cousin too?
Yeah, it was her cousins.
Yeah. It's that's a little odd. So, yeah, I did not know that they were dead, and I was just, devastated.
But at the same time, she makes it totally understandable as to why they might not answer her emails. So you are going on the same, mental trip that the main character is. It's really cool. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I'm surprised. I didn't get there in my Goodreads. Oh, it's only 2 pages past. Let's see. Which book do I choose? I have 2 more.
Me too.
I'll choose The Raven King. Spoilers. This book kind of broke my heart, not in a good way. It ended really badly, in my opinion. We're trucking along in the series. Book 1, 2, and 3 were really powerful. 3, not so much. 3 is when it kind of started to taper off for me. But books 1 and 2 took us to such heights of greatness and amazingness that, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like Steve Otter set herself up for how actually am I going to end the series? Are they going to find Glendower? Is she going to kill Gansey by kissing her? These are big questions. Mm-hmm. And by the time you get the answer, and by the time you get to the resolution of the series, you're like, that's it. It was so built up to me that the ending itself was just a disappointment.
Yeah,
Much
I would
like the
have
election.
to say that Finding Glendower was pretty disappointing. Like
this has
did
been...
he get his wish?
I don't even remember. I hated that book.
I don't even remember when Noah, like, officially died. Like, his ghost, like, I had to read it, like, 4 times. I still wasn't sure what happened to Noah, when it happened. I know that I know Noah died for Gansey, and I think Gansey came back, so Noah officially died, maybe, but I don't know when it actually happened.
Well, it happened before the series actually started.
No, but I mean, in the book, when Noah's ghost finally was put to rest and he went away. I don't even... But yeah, when he found Glendower, I was like, that's it?
Yeah. And he just had to ask for it. Like, really?
Yeah.
You don't think he's uttered those words at some point over the past few years that he's been looking for this guy? That just pissed me off so much.
Maybe that was her message. If you want something, just ask for it.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
You know what? This is the books 1 and 2. Those are still 2 of my favorite books. Like, I'm not... Now that I know the ending, it's whatever, it's ended. But those books are so strong. And to have books 3 and 4 just taper off so dramatically like that was almost offensive. Okay, sorry. We made a podcast about this, so if you want to know more about my opinion, you can find that in our archives.
Yeah. My next one is Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. This book is quite old, so if you haven't gotten to it, what's your problem?
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. But it's one of those books you're trucking along. I'm like, okay, it's got a good premise. She's an orphan and she's been raised by a demon. Sure, that's interesting. And then there's a nemesis who's an angel, and of course she has feelings for him. Sure, the whole Romeo and Juliet, blah blah blah, whatever. And I'm like, where is this going? And then at some point midway, there's also this backstory of how the angels and the demons started to fight. And there's this woman named Madrigal, and are you gonna read it? Okay. So there's this woman, or she's not a woman, she's a chimera, named Madrigal, and she has this whole separate storyline. And come to freaking find out, the main character has been reincarnated. She was originally Madrigal, and she's been in love with Akiva the entire time. So when that turn happened, I was like, okay, this just became amazing. So yeah, I didn't see that one coming at all.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, that's it. Those are our 5 each.
I don't have 5.
Oh, yes,
I only said 4.
Well, sorry, I did 5.
Oh.
Okay,
so my last one is a book 2. It's from book 1 is The Fixer by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which was a really good book. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. It's a psychological, political type of thing, which I guess is serendipitous, considering what we're podcasting about. But in book 2, it's called The Long Game. That came out in April, so if you have not read The Long Game, I'm about to spoil it for you. So, the main character, I cannot remember her name, but she has a group of friends that, they helped her in the first book find the bad guy, and she's best friends with this guy. There is no love interest in the book, which is great. They're just boys and girls, and they're all friends. And come to find out, her most respected friend, person who helps her, is the bad guy. I think his name is Henry in the second book, and it came out of nowhere, and that is when I was like, yeah, I don't like this anymore. They really ruined it for me because I really liked Henry, and it just didn't make sense that he would be a double agent like that. Oh, and she trusted him so much, and he was just like, sorry, I suck. Like, no, God. And then I think he died. I think he got killed. That was even worse. But in these books, the author, she don't care. She'll shoot anybody, and so don't get attached to any character because she'll kill him off. But yeah, I think she killed him off anyway. But yeah, that was a bad turn. I didn't like that turn at all. I did have another book on here. You read The False Prince, right?
I did.
Do you remember? So you did not like it, right?
I did not like that book.
Okay.
No, I found the main character very precocious.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, The False Prince by Jennifer Nielsen. It's about a boy who's an orphan, and then he is recruited by a cabinet member of the king to pretend to be the long lost prince because the entire royal family has been murdered. And so, in order to stop the people from taking over, he goes and finds an orphan that looks like the long lost prince to pretend to be the real prince. And once again, I don't look for the twist or the big reveal, and of course, come to find out, he really is the long lost prince. That should have been obvious, but it wasn't to me. And we were on the train on the way back from Comic-Con, reading on the train, and I think we were accidentally sat in the quiet car. Were you with us?
I was not there.
You were not with us. Okay.
That was Alyssa.
Yeah. We accidentally sat in the quiet car on the train, which is a bad idea. I'm reading and I was like, oh! And everyone's like, what? I'm like, oh, crap. It's supposed to be quiet. So, yeah. That made it interesting. But I would say read it, but I just spoiled it for you. Sorry.
Too bad.
Yeah.
That book's pretty old, though. Hopefully.
It's old. Yeah. All right.
That's all I have. Yep, that's all we got today. Join us next time for the Small Print Podcast.
All right. We'll catch you on the flip side.